welcome to Barre with Mary. Today we have a full body bar class. So 45 minutes, full length class. We'll start with a warm up, we'll work the entire body, and we will finish with a feel good cool down and stretch. For equipment, we are just going to be using a set of light weights today. So I have a set of 2-pound weights. I definitely recommend staying under 5 pounds. The whole idea in a bar arms workout is that you're going to go low weight and high repetition. If you don't have weights, no worries. Just go ahead and either do a body weight, or you can grab yourself a couple cans of beans or a couple water bottles, and that should stand in really well. Set your weights off to the side so they're out of your way. And then stay facing me, and we're going to start class in a squat position. So feet are in parallel, and I want you to take them a little bit wider today. So take them underneath your shoulders. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Hinge your torso forward, feeling how the weight shifts into your heels. Shift the weight back even more so you're really reaching your hips behind you. Then bend your knees and come into a squat position. Pause here. Take your hands to your ribs, inhale. And as you exhale, really knit your front low ribs in and together so we're not flaring the rib cage open. Hands are going to come to the heart. From here, I want you to rise all the way up. Squat all the way down. Faster, go, it's up and down. Go stand and squat. So just starting to elevate the heart rate slowly here. Setting ourselves up, setting our alignment up, and then taking a moment just to connect, right? So to be present here on your mat. Whatever happened before this, let it go. Whatever you have to do after this, let it go. These 45 minutes are yours and yours alone. I promise this will improve your day. You have 4 more here, go for it. 3, 2, now this time stay low, just pulse your hips little down. Now really feel your hips reaching along behind you, and feel the crown of the head elongating in opposition. So we're really long through the sides of our waist, and really strong through our abdominals. You have 8 more pulses, 8, 6, go for 3, 2, stay right there. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs. So right where your thighs insert into your hips. From here, take an inhale. As you exhale, from the top of your thighs, I want you to externally rotate your legs. So turn your legs out so you feel your inner thighs rotate open. From the very tops of the thighs, rotate back to parallel. Now stay with me. From the tops of the thighs, I want you to rotate inward so they rotate in towards each other. Big toes come towards one another. Come back to parallel, just like that. It's turn it out, parallel, turn it in, parallel. External rotation, internal rotation. Now the reason I have you with your hands at the tops of your thighs is I want you to feel this rotation coming from your thigh bones, your femur bones. So it's not from the ankles, it's not from the knees. They're just following what the thigh bones are doing, right? Thigh bones turn out, thigh bones turn in. They rotate open, they rotate closed. 2 more, it's out and in. Last time, out. Now meet me parallel, hold it, inhale. Exhale, hips back. Hips sink low, hands come to the heart. 1 more time, you pulse it down and down and down and down. Now maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach your arms long overhead, softening the shoulders away from the ears. 8 more pulses, 8 get lower, 6 get lower. It's 4, 3, 2, inhale, stand tall, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, up and over both legs. Bend the knees as much as you need, and take a moment here just to gently rock from side to side. Let the neck be heavy. Let the chin tuck towards your chest, and relax your shoulders. Take a breath in, and let it go. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Step back into a downward dog position. So hands are planted, feet are planted, you lift the hips high. And then take a moment here, maybe pedal through the feet, bending one knee and then the other, just warming up through the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. Big inhale, and a big exhale. Press both heels down towards the mat. Lift up to the tippy toes, roll through the spine, high plank. Tap down onto your forearms, it's a forearm plank. Now please know at any point for more support, you can tap your knees down to the mat here. Pushing your hands into the mat. Really actively pulling your elbow tips back towards your toes and feeling the belly lifting up towards the sky. Now notice here if you're dropping your chin to your chest, really try to push the back of the head to the ceiling. Take a breath in, really elongate through the spine. And as you exhale, wrap the front low ribs in and hug the abdominals up to the sky. Bring your thumbs together to touch and rotate to face me, side plank. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. You're over on the left side edge of your left foot and on the inner edge of your right foot here. So you're staggering your feet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, really lift your hips up to the sky and push your left forearm down into the mat. Next inhale, I want you to lower your hips and pull your right elbow into your side. As you exhale, rainbow the hips up, reaching the right arm up and overhead. Again, inhale down. Exhale, reach. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you reach. So you're lifting your hips almost to this rainbow shape here. Really actively drawing the left shoulder blade down the back, away from the ear. 2 more. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we lift. Last one, you lower. Hold that lift. Reach the right arm overhead. Soften the right shoulder. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Hold here for 4, 3, 2. Back to center. Switching sides. Thumbs together. Rotate to the back wall. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Feet are staggered. You're pushing down with the inner edge of your left foot and the outer edge of your right foot. Take a breath in here. Exhale, hug the belly in. As you inhale now, elbow hugs down. Lower the hips. As you exhale, rainbow up and over. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you lift. It's inhale down. It's exhale up. So creating that rainbow shape now through the right side of the waist. Hugging the right obliques up towards the ceiling. 2 more times here. It's inhale, you lower. Exhale, we press. The last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, hold the up, push down with the right forearm. Draw the right shoulder blade down the back. Hold 4, 3, 2. Come back to your forearm plank. Try not to drop. Push your forearms down into the mat. Draw the heart forward as you push the heels back in opposition. Inhale. Exhale, really wrap the abdominals in and up. And feel the thigh bones pressing along. Take an inhale here. This is it. You hold right here for 4, 3, 2. Child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Reach your seat back towards your heels. And rest your forehead down into the mat. Take a big inhale. And let it go. One more time. Breathe in. And out. Walk yourself up to a seated position and swing your legs around in front of you. We're going to stay seated to start here. I want you to plant your feet and plant your hands back behind you with the fingers pointing towards the front 2 corners of the mat. Now actively roll your elbows towards each other. So really squeeze your triceps back behind you and lift up to the chest. Keeping the seat down, I just want you to take a tricep dip and press. Go bend and lift. Now, if this is not going to work on your wrists, you are more than welcome to take a different variation for your triceps. So maybe you grab your weights and take tricep kickbacks. Also, know that we are going to up-level this. At any point, if you want to come back to this position with your seat on the mat, it's far more supportive for your wrists. As you bend, I want you to really squeeze your elbows towards one another. And as you press, I want you to feel your shoulders drawing down your back, so we're not shrugging them up towards our ears. 4 more, full range, go for it. 3, 2, now bend halfway, hold it. Squeeze your elbows towards one another. From here, just pulse down 1 inch, little down, little down, little down. Soften through the front of the hips, soften through the face. And again, feel the shoulder blades really wrapping down the back here. 8 more pulses, 8, 6, go 4, 3, 2, press all the way up, straight arms, inhale. As you exhale, drive your feet into the mat, squeeze your glutes and lift up to a reverse tabletop position, just giving yourself a moment to open across the chest, to elongate through the back of the neck, and to fire up the glutes. Big breath in here. And let it go. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna lower the seat, but this time I don't want you to bring it all the way to the mat, I should say. Come to a hover position. One more time, it's a tricep dip and press. You go, bend and stretch. Now here, this is a great opportunity to lower your seat back down to the mat if you found that to be a more effective workout for you today, okay? As you bend the elbows, notice how the shoulders want to roll forward. Continue to draw them down the back, widening across the chest. 4 more, go for it. 3, 2, now bend halfway, hold it. Little pulses, go, little down, little down, little down. Relax to the front of the hips, relax to the face. 8 more here, go. 8, 7, 6, yes, seat down in 4, 3, 2, lower your seat all the way down. Slide your hands forward so you're coming all the way down onto your forearms here. So forearms are pressing down into the mat, feet are still planted into the mat. I want you to, again, draw the shoulder blades down the back so you're lifting up to the chest, just like you were in those tricep dips, okay? Moving into core work. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug your abdominals in. So really focus on wrapping the belly in. Our main goal here is going to be keeping our pelvis completely still. So I don't want you to let your hips rock from side to side, okay? Again, inhale. Now as you exhale, hips are not gonna move. I want you to release your right arm and reach it forward. Inhale, bring the right forearm back to the mat. Switching sides, exhale, left arm releases. Extend it forward, hips don't move. Inhale down, keep going like that. Exhale, right arm. Inhale down. Exhale, left arm. Inhale down. So play here with how much you can fire up the abdominals before you release the arm. So it is really tempting to rock the hips. I'm catching myself doing it a little bit. It is really tempting to slide one leg forward to make this easier. The goal is to keep the hips completely still, keep the legs in one steady spot, and to keep the core working as you extend the arm forward so you don't fall over. 2 more times right here. You've got it. Exhale, right arm reach. Inhale back. Last one, exhale, left arm reach. Inhale back, keep both forearms down now. Take a breath in. As you exhale, walk your legs together and squeeze the inner thighs in. Hug the belly down and use that exhale to flow your legs up to a tabletop position. Inhale, lower the legs all the way down, releasing the feet to the floor. Exhale, same abdominal engagement. Hug the abdominals in first, then lift the legs. Inhale, you lower. Keep going like that, just this double leg march. I want to challenge you to try to find that same deep core engagement that you were finding when we were releasing a hand from the mat. So we're hugging the low belly in and down, squeezing the inner thighs together, and then lifting the legs up to a tabletop position. 2 more times. Last one, and you're gonna hold the up. Hold the legs lifted. Guess what we're doing? Going back to those reaches. Inhale. Exhale, right arm forward. Inhale, right arm back. Exhale, left arm forward. Inhale back. Keep going like that. Squeeze the inner thighs together and feel how much work this takes in the deep core, the transverse abdominis, that deep, deep layer of abdominals that helps stabilize you. It's so effective in maintaining a strong posture. It's so effective in keeping our pelvis nice and stable. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2 right here. Last one. Keep the forearms down, stay right there, inhale. As you exhale, keep the feet together, butterfly the knees open. Now I want you to reverse that, knees together, toes pull apart, yes. So we go external rotation, internal rotation. Legs turn out, legs turn in. You did this in your squat at the opening of class, remember? when our hands are at the tops of our thighs. Same idea. Inner thighs rotate open, outer thighs rotate in. Yes. So notice nothing is moving in the hips, in the upper body. This movement is coming from your thigh bones moving. 2 more times, you've got it. External, internal. Last one, external, internal. Now I want you to hold that external rotation. Stay right there, take a breath in. As you exhale, just lower your legs 1 inch and lift them up 1 inch. Legs go down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Just 4 more. 4, 3. Keep the core strong, keep the heart lifted. 2. Now last one, hold that press down. Take a breath. As you exhale, lift the heart, pushing down with the forearms, and then maybe to lower the legs 2 more inches. Hold 4, 3, 2. Cross at the ankles, sit all the way up. Take your hands to the front of the shins, cat and cow. Inhale, lift the heart, open the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Amazing job. You might be noticing we've got a little internal rotation theme today. That might give you a little hint as to what our seat work is going to be. Last one here. Come to a neutral spine, up and over, finding a downward dog, planting the hands, feet step back, lift the hips high, and enjoy a stretch. Big inhale, and let it go. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Grab your weights. Bend to the knees and slowly roll yourself up. Turn to face me. Take your feet wide, coming into a wide turned out position. So if you were to take your arms out, the feet would be underneath your hands. You're externally rotating the legs. So from the top of the thighs, rotate open, just like we've been doing all of class. Then bend your knees and sink low, trying to keep the chest lifted. Arms are gonna extend into a V shape, palms are facing the floor. From here, we're gonna rise all the way up, the arms lower. We're gonna lower the hips, lifting the arms. You've got it. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do it a little faster. Up and down, and go lift and lower. So we are going to be incorporating our arm work into our thigh work today. If you are new to barre, especially my barre, which is different than others. I feel like I'm a little bit more Pilates based than dance based. We do 3 sets of thigh work. So this is your first of 3 sets. Thigh work in barre is designed to be really challenging. So if you start to get that twitchy, shaky feeling, you and me both. You have 4 more attempts right here. Go, 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to stay low in the hips, keep the arms where they are, just bend, stretch through the elbows, go. Bend, reach, bend, reach. So it's a V shape in the arms, almost lined up with the thighs here. Maybe the arms are a little bit more forward. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back. And again, you're trying to keep the chest lifted here. So the shoulders stack over the hips, go 8 more. Go 6 more. Go 4, 3, 2. Arms stay long, flip the palms up to the sky, bicep curl, in and out. You've got it, in and out. So elbows are up in line with the armpits here. Shoulders are soft. And these weights are pretty light for biceps. So really try to squeeze the weights and keep the arms high. Go 4, 3, 2. Stop halfway, pulse the arms up, go a little up, little up. Now drop the hips down, you've got it. Drop and drop and drop. Squeezing the weights and feeling the inner thighs rotate open here. So heels are squeezing in toward one another. 8 more pulses, go. It's 8, 6, it's 4, 3, 2. Stay low in the hips, squeeze the weights together at the chest. We're gonna take the arms out of the equation for a moment here. I want you to just squeeze the weights and let them hang out right here. From here, left foot is gonna stay planted. We're gonna push off of our right foot and land right back down on it. Stay with me now. Lift your right heel and quarter turn towards the left so you come into a lunge position, rotating inward in that back thigh. Now reverse it. Externally rotate, turn the right leg out, push off the foot. Internally rotate, coming to parallel, Just pulse here. Open, face me. Push off the foot. Spin to the left. Pulse the hips down. It's open. Push off. Rotate, lunge, pulse. Keep going like that. So what you're finding, I'm hoping, is that we're doing some internal and external rotation in both legs, right? So that we're getting a little bit more movement and lubrication into the hips. We're also getting some heat building into the thighs, I'm hoping. And if this series is just not happening for you today, ooh, I almost messed up as I was talking. That's okay. Do your best. And you can always take out half of it, right? So you don't have to do the push-off. I'd much rather you do the rotation and then come back, okay? Just do whatever works for you today. Rotate, pulse. Last one, come back. Push off that right foot. Rotate, hold that rotation so you're in a lunge position. Extend the arms out in front of you, palms are facing each other. From here, hammer curl, reach it out. Pick up the tempo, in and out. Hammer curl, in and out. So left leg is forward, right leg is back. Pull the left hip back here and adjust yourself as needed to square your hips off, okay? Inner thighs you're squeezing together. 4, 3, 2, hold the bend in the elbows, pulse the arms up, go a little up, little up. Option, drop your hips, let's go, little drop, little drop. Feeling that front left hip pulling back as you drive down into your left heel. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, stay right there. Lift your left heel to a low hover. Lower your left heel right back down to the mat. 4 more times, the left heel lift. The left heel lower, front left heel goes up. Lower down, you have 2 more, it's lift and lower. Lift that hover, hold it right there. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull your left hip back, and one more time, just pulse your hips down and down and down and down. You're here for 16, 15. You're turning back to face me, back to that wide turn out position. 8 more pulses, go. It's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, left heel down, quarter turn face me, squeeze the weights together, realign yourself. Inner thighs rotate open, heels drive down, squeeze the heels in. Now from here, I want you to extend your arms long again. This time, palms face up. Rise all the way up, lower all the way down. Arms lower, arms lift. Yes. Now you can stay at this pace, or let's pick it up, and down. Feels so good to stand up, doesn't it? We're gonna take that series to the other side. You will not see wide turn out again after that, I promise. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Stay low, arms stay where they are, just pulse them up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Little up, you've got it, up and up and up. 8 more here, go 8, go 6, go 4, 3, 2, hold right there, inhale. Exhale, lower the hips more. Bend the elbows, bringing the weights together. Start slow here, okay? Right foot stays planted. Push off the left foot. Land back in your wide turn out. Lift your left heel, rotate the pelvis so you come into a lunge, and give a little pulse there. Rotate open. Push off the left foot. Rotate closed. Little pulse. Keep going. Please know that if this push-off isn't working, you could also just do a pulse in each position. I'm staying slow in this series because there's so very much to think about. You might find you have to adjust your feet as you go. Do it, right? No worries. Making sure the knees are aligned over the second and the third toe the whole time. Breathe. Turn. Pulse. Wide turn out. Push it off. Lunge. Pulse it down. 2 more. Wide turn out. Push off. Lunge. Pulse. Last time. Wide turn out. Push off. Hold your lunge. Now pause here. Feel free to readjust as you need to square yourself off. From here, I want you to bring your arms out to a goalpost position. Yes. Now from this position, arms draw in, arms open out. Squeeze the arms in, fly the arms open. You're in your lunge, driving down into the front right heel. Inner thighs are squeezing together, shoulders soft, ribs are knitting in. 2 more times. Fly it open. Last one in. Now hold it out to the side in that goalpost position. Pulse your arms up, and drop your hips in opposition. Drop, and drop, and drop. You're almost there, little pulse and pulse. You have those front right heel lifts in 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, stay low. Front right heel lifts to a low hover and lower it right back down. 4 more times, little lift and lower. 3 more, you've got this. Continue to breathe. 2 more, it's lifts and lower. Now hold the lift and that hover of the front right heel. Pulse your hips down and down. Arms are strong and steady. You're here for 16, 15. Things change. We're coming into a squat to finish thigh work. 8 more pulses. First go 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Step that back left foot forward. Release the weights down to your side. Whew, feet are in parallel, hips distance apart. Hips go back. Bend the knees, coming into a squat. Elbows high. Tricep kick back, go. It's reach and bend. Out and in. Take a pause here and look down at your feet. And by take a pause, I mean keep going with the arms. So the exact opposite of what I said. But still look down at your feet and make sure all 10 toes are pointing forward. Inner thighs are pressing away from one another. And your hips are really actively reaching back here so you can see all 10 toes. Once you feel like you're aligned, lift your gaze so it's a few feet in front of your mat. Go 4 more, 3 more, 2, arms stay straight, pulse the hips down, go a little down, little down. Arms are strong and still, you've got it. Little down, little down. Palms are facing each other, arms are long, trying to reach the knuckles to the baseboard of the wall behind you. Weight is into your heels. Hips are reaching back. 8 more pulses. 8, 6, 4, 3. Stay low. Pulse the arms. You've got it. Up and up and up. Arms are lifting up 1 inch. Little up, little up, little up. See if you can draw the shoulder blades down the back and reach the arms even longer. 8 more lifts. Go 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Keep the arms where they are. Inhale. As you exhale, flip your palms up to face the ceiling. Start to squeeze your arms in. You've got it. In and in and in and in. Quick set. Then we'll hold the arms steady and finish with the legs. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Keep your arms where they are. Lower your hips. Come up just to knee height. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, just knee height. You've got it. 4 more times. Hips continue to reach back, driving down through both heels. 2 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, knee height. Last time here, go. Inhale, lower. Now stop before it feels easy. Reach the arms longer. Lift the arms higher. Hold right here. Breathe. Pushing the inner thighs away from one another. Hold for 4. Arms higher. 3. Hips lower. 2. Forward fold. Ooh. Release up and over both legs. Setting the weights down. And just enjoying the stretch here. Take a big breath in. And let it go. Bend your knees, coming all the way down to take a seat on the mat. And we're going to rotate to face me, coming into a 90-90 sit. So, your left leg is going to be in front, and your right leg is going to be in back. I bet you knew this was coming. Left shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat, and back right thigh is parallel to the back edge of your mat. So this is 2 90-degree angles. If this does not work for your hips, you can pull your heels in closer, so it's more like 2 triangle shapes, okay? Now from here, I want you to sit really tall, reach the arms out to the side, take an inhale. Then as you exhale, twist to your left, bring your hands down to the mat on the outside of your left thigh, and then walk forward slightly so you're coming onto the forearms here, okay? So you have a little bit more space in your back right hip. Now from here, coming into our seat work, if you didn't already get that, I want you to really hug the abdominals in. So think about the side plank we did earlier and all of that stabilizing core work we did when we were removing the arm. Really hugging the low belly in, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Now using your internal rotation of the back leg, I want you to squeeze your right glute, and I want you to lift your right foot up and off of the mat, and then release it back down to the floor. Exhale, lift the foot up, inhale, lower. So you are keeping your right knee down to start, and we are just feeling what it feels like to use the strength of our glutes to internally rotate our back right thigh. So thinking about that internal rotation we've been doing all of class. From the very top of the right thigh, it's rotating in and down, which lifts the foot up, and then it's rotating back to a parallel position. You'll notice that you're really feeling the work starting to happen, I'm hoping, in your outer right glute. 3 more times, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. 2 more. The last one. Now keep the right foot down and try to lift the back right knee. Then lower it down. Keep going like that. Right foot stays down, right knee lifts, right leg lowers. It's external rotation. So you might notice in this position that you have a much smaller range of motion in your external rotation than you do in your internal. Me too. It's because of the way our hips are aligned right now. But feel how much work your outer right glute has to do to lift the right knee. Squeeze the outer right glute, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And inhale. Now notice if you start to collapse into your shoulders. Just like we did in our forearm plank, really push down into your forearms and feel your shoulder blades spread wide. 2 more times. Exhale, right knee lifts. Inhale, you lower. Last time. Now keep the right knee down. Keeping the right leg in parallel, I want you to exhale and lift the entire leg to a long, low hover, just a few inches off the mat. Inhale, lower the entire right leg down. So knee and ankle and thigh all lift up. Inhale, you lower. Exhale. Inhale. So finding a ton of work here for our outer right hip, for our outer right glute, and I'm hoping you're feeling this into your right hamstring. Because our right knee is bent, you are also activating the backside of the right thigh. The hamstrings run up the back of the thigh and insert into the base of the seat. They are so crucial for both pelvic stability and knee stability. So anytime you can incorporate hip, hamstring, glute work, all of that together is so great because it's so high functioning, right, in your body. 2 more times. Exhale, right leg lift. Inhale, you lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now lift the right leg up and hold it at that hover position. From here, just kick the right foot back 1 inch. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. So this seat work series is known as Pretzel. I imagine you can figure out why. You're pretty twisted up, right? But what I love about Pretzel is how effective it is for working the outer hip and outer glute, but also how much work you're doing in this kind of unusual position, right? A position that you don't take very often, but that's gonna help so much in building well-rounded strength, right? You might find you hate this. That's okay, you can tell me that. A lot of people do, but just because you hate it doesn't mean it's not good for you, right? You have 8 more pulses right here, go. It's 8, 6, 4, 3. Hold that press back, pulse your leg up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Little lift, so feel your outer right hip squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Here's the challenge. Can you keep your right thigh off of the mat the entire series? We are almost done with this side of seat work. It's not a super long series. Feel your outer right glute squeeze. Pulse it up, a little bit up, go up and up. Now could you push your right thigh back 1 more inch? keeping the front of the right hip open. You're here for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, hold it right there, inhale. As you exhale, maybe you extend your right arm forward, reaching energy out to the right fingers. Your chest is rotated down towards the mat. Now push your right thigh back away from you and lift the right thigh 1 inch higher. Hold right here for 4. You're done in 3, 2, bend the right knee in, stacking the knees, come all the way up. Take a little counter stretch, reaching the left arm up and over. Awesome job. Big inhale. And let it go. Swing the legs around, we'll do the other side. Right leg is in front, left leg is in back here. So, option number 1 is this double 90-degree sit, right? So front knee is at 90 degrees, back knee is at 90 degrees. If this doesn't work because of hip tightness, pull your heels closer to your seat. Totally fine. I have really open hips, okay? So bear that in mind anytime you see me in an open hip position. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides of the room. Exhale, twist to the right. That's really challenging for me. And bring your hands down to the mat on the outside of this front. What is this? Right leg. That's what that is. No. Yes, that's my right leg. Press your forearms down into the mat. Lift your heart up like you're doing a forearm plank, spreading your shoulder blades wide. Now from here, feel your back left glute fire up. Keep your left knee down and just lift the left foot up and off the floor, and then tap it right back down. Exhale, you lift. Inhale, you lower. So internal rotation here. From the top of the thigh, we are rotating our thigh in and down, which causes our back left foot to lift off the mat, right? So same concept of what we did at the very beginning of class when we were in our warm-up in that squat. And then we did it again in our core series rather, finding external and internal rotation. So when your knees came together, you notice that your toes rotated out, right? So exact same thing here. We're just doing it single leg rather than double leg. Notice as you tire, do you start to collapse your chest down? Try to draw the shoulders down the back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. 3 more times. 2 more. Last one. Now keep the left foot down, take an inhale. As you exhale, left knee lifts off the mat. Left knee lowers back down. Exhale, squeeze the outer left glute, lift, and inhale, lower. So again, it is shocking how small this range of motion is going to be, right? Your knee may barely lift off the ground at all, and that's totally fine. I really don't care about your range of motion. I care about how you are initiating this movement. So we are not opening the left hip up to the sky here. You're squeezing the left glute to lift the left knee just a little bit off the floor. If you find that your hips are rolling open, then you're taking the work out of your seat and you're putting it into your hips and low back, which is really not the goal here. Feel the squeeze on the outer glute. And lower. 3 more times. 2 more. Last one, left knee lifts, left knee lowers. Now the whole leg as one unit. You exhale, lift the legs out, long, low hover. Inhale, tap it down. Keep going like that. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So as we take this series, you'll notice that your left thigh really wants to creep forward because that makes it a lot easier. The challenge is to keep your left knee behind your left hip the entire time. And that's going to ask more out of your hamstrings and out of your glutes. So we have a nice open hip position on this back left hip. Rather than thinking about just lifting the left leg straight up, you also want to think about reaching the left leg away from you as you lift it up. So you get even longer through the left thigh. That's going to give you a little bit more space to get the leg just a hair higher. And it's also going to keep you from crunching into your low back. 4 more times. 3 more. Last 2. Last one here. Now lift your leg up to that hover position and hold it. Just start to kick your left foot back an inch, little pulse, little pulse. So it's like you're taking a tiny little kick towards something that's behind you. The left knee and the left ankle are staying in the same line as one another, so on the same plane. We're not turning in or turning out, nice and parallel here. Continuing to work the left hamstrings and the left outer hip, left outer glute. Go a little back, little back. You know you're almost done. 8 more here. Go 8, 6, go 4, 3. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale, pulse your left thigh up an inch, little up. You've got it. Up and up. Continue to draw the abdominals in, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and reach length out through the crown of the head. Now notice if your left thigh has crept forward, press it back. You know this is it. 8 more pulses, 2 will hold. Go 8, 7, 6, 5. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it right there. Inhale. Exhale, left foot presses back. Left thigh lifts a little higher, and maybe you extend the left arm long in opposition here, getting long through both sides of the waist. Hold 4. Left thigh higher. 3. You're here for 2. Ooh, stack the knees, sit yourself up, take a counter stretch, reaching the right arm up and over. Big breath. Let it go. You are just about done with class. We're gonna finish with a quick bear plank, all fours position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tuck your toes. Maintaining this neutral spine, take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your knees to a low hover, and we're just gonna hold right here, centering off, using both sides of the body equally before we come into our stretch. So really feel how you can push down with all 10 finger pads, how you can squeeze your thumbs together and really broaden across the collarbones, how the back of the head is pressing towards the sky so the throat is open, how your front low ribs can knit together and really draw up to the ceiling. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, hug the belly up without squeezing the glutes. So the glutes are relaxed. The arms, the shoulders, the core, they're all working, the thighs are working, but the glutes are relaxed here. Just hold and breathe. Long inhales, long exhales. This is it, this is class. You're holding for 8 more counts and then your final stretch. You're here for 8, 7. Can you get a little longer in the spine? Can you get a little stronger in the abdominals? You're here for 4, 3, 2. Tap the knees, untuck the toes, puppy dog pose. Hips are gonna stay high. Walk the arms forward and let your forehead melt down into the mat. Amazing job today. Opening up through the mid-spine, through the chest, through the shoulders. Big breath in, and let it go. One more time, big inhale. Big exhale. Slide yourself forward to lay all the way down on your belly. Rest your forehead on the back of your right hand. Bend the left knee, reach back, catch the left foot with the left hand for a quadricep stretch. Inner thighs squeeze together. Push down with your left hip, and then kick up into the hand. So you get a nice stretch into the front of the left thigh. Big breath in, and let it go. Carefully release your left foot. We'll switch sides. The left hand to the back of the forehead. Bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand, catch the foot or the ankle. And then feel your right hip pushing down into the mat as you kick up into the right hand. So you're stretching to the whole front of the right hip here and the right quadricep. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, breathe in. And out. Carefully release the foot. Slide the hands under your shoulders. Press yourself back into a child's pose. The big toes come together, the knees open. Letting your seat rest all the way down on your heels. Walk your hands together to touch in this prayer position. And then bend your elbows, bringing the thumbs to the base of the skull, so you get a tricep stretch here. You can walk your elbows a little farther forward. And then release your seat down towards your heels, just breathing here. Big breath in. And out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Release the arms. Slowly push yourself up into any seated position that feels good for you. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, let it go. And that is your class for today. Amazing work. I hope that you're feeling really strong, really successful. As always, I'll be back next Monday with a brand new Barre Mary class. If you have not already, please subscribe, like, comment, all of those things that help me out so much. You wouldn't believe how much that helps me out. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you back here on the mat next week.